Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brock Beckett, and today I'll be doing a review of The Truman Show. The Truman Show is a movie that I just saw recently on a flight. I'd always heard a lot about. I've heard the name The Truman Show, never really knew what it was about, and I made the decision to go into this movie almost completely blind. I didn't know what it was about. I just went into it. I didn't read the description. So when the movie started, I was very much. I wasn't sold yet. And because I didn't get it yet, I was watching it. I'm like, okay, this is just like kind of an average 90s show. There really isn't too much special or captivating about it. But around one third through the movie, when it starts to realize, like, oh, this everything I'm seeing is a curated show that millions and millions of people are watching around the world, and this guy Truman, he doesn't know it's a show. I was like, whoa, like the concept of this show is friggin' terrifying, honestly. I mean, it's marketed, I guess, as a comedy, but in actuality, the movie is very much horror-esque. To me, it felt that way, just because the idea of living your whole life or living a life, being born into a world that essentially looks at you as simply a form of entertainment, and your life and your troubles, your trials, your tribulations, just as a form of entertainment to be viewed on a mass scale is very terrifying. Um, and it's a concept that very much has a lot of meaning today. um, I mean, honestly, at the time this came out in the late '90s, I'm sure it blew people's mind. I mean, now we have Black Mirror, so I saw episode one of season six, I believe, has a similar concept to this. But this movie does it really well, and I have to give credit to the lead actor. I'm blanking on his name. Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey. I have to give credit to Jim Carrey because he acted his ass off in this film. I thought he was so sincere. I felt his emotions, and you really wanted him to kind of escape just because, he seems like a good guy, but I mean, you can tell he starts to lose it. And I mean, who wouldn't lose their mind if they had their whole life basically been a TV show and they didn't even know? I think the villain in this movie he was a bad guy. I didn't like him at all. He was really, really not cool, but I guess that's that's what a villain's supposed to be. He was bad. He was evil, obviously. But one of the characters I felt was kind of an underrated villain in the movie was his best friend. His best friend. Basically, everybody who besides him is an actor. So his wife's an actor, his best friend's an actor. So his best friend was such a good actor, and there's a speech he gives to Truman when Truman starts to suspect that potentially his whole life is a TV show. The friend goes into a long soliloquy about how this could never be because if everyone was lying, then he was lying. And the way he delivered it, it's like you would totally believe this dude, but in actuality, bro, it's just he's just an actor. It's really something else. I mean, honestly, I think one of the funnier scenes in the film was where Truman was riding around in the car with his wife, and he's trying to show inconsistencies and point out ways that the world is actually a TV show, and he's just driving crazy and he's scaring the wife. I mean, the poor wife, she's just an actor, but it's like um, I understand where Truman's coming from to have these sort of manic episodes centered around his reality not being what he perceived it to be. I believe the messages of the show are very much important today, just because social media. I mean, our lives are as as broadcastable as we want them to be. I mean, streamers nowadays spend a lot of their lives on stream. I mean, there are people who stream for years straight. There's a lot of people that stream for years straight, and it's something that's done. So, I mean, it very much is. impactful today. The ending of this film I thought was cool. Um, because he finally escaped. I mean, the ending scene where he's flying the boat, driving the boat, and the owner of the land is turning up the weather to try to basically knock him, basically kill him, honestly, because he'd rather kill him than let him see the real world. Or I don't even know why he tried to kill him. I don't know. He was just evil. He was just evil. He would rather kill him than allow him to see the real world for what it is, which was it's just sick. But no, that's who that character was. So eventually Truman does escape, or I believe he does escape, and hopefully he can live somewhat of a good life. But I mean, I really enjoyed this movie. I mean, I think once you start to realize it's more than just some typical '90s show, I think you will really enjoy this movie now. I'm stuck between whether I should give it 8 or 9. 8 feels too low. 9 is God. This is a good movie. I'm gonna give this a 9. Honestly, it was a great film. I'm gonna give this movie a 9 out of 10. I recommend that you watch it. Peace.